Many challenges. And mind you, the many negativity that is happening in the social media space. I must say, today's meeting and today's press conference, I just want to affirm that this government is at work.
What if a single Facebook post could spark violence, destroy reputations, or even fuel deadly tribal conflicts? Well, in Papua New Guinea, that's exactly what's happening. And now, the government is stepping in. Police Minister Peter Tsiamalili Jr. isn't holding back. He's ordering law enforcement to investigate Facebook's role in spreading misinformation that's causing real-world harm. We're talking about fake news leading to unrest, defamation of public figures like former BSP executive Mike Hallinan, and even contributing to deadly tensions in places like the Porgera Valley. The minister is demanding accountability from Facebook's parent company, Meta, and he's not ruling out legal action. But here's the big question. Is this crackdown the right move, or is it a step too far? Papua New Guinea isn't the first country to struggle with the dangers of misinformation. Myanmar saw Facebook-fueled hate speech contribute to the Rohingya genocide, leading to international outrage. In Sri Lanka, fake news on social media caused deadly riots, forcing the government to temporarily block access. In India, false rumors spread on WhatsApp have triggered mob lynchings, leading authorities to demand stricter controls on digital platforms. These incidents prove one thing: misinformation isn't just an online problem, it has real and often deadly consequences. So what's Meta doing about it? Well, instead of tightening controls, they've actually loosened them. In January 2025, Mark Zuckerberg removed fact-checkers from Facebook, Instagram, and Threads, replacing them with community notes, a system where users themselves flag misleading content. Critics argue that this move prioritizes engagement over accuracy, making it even easier for misinformation to spread. On top of that, Meta has relaxed restrictions on political content, saying they want to avoid censorship claims. But while some celebrate this as a win for free speech, others, including PNG's government, fear it's only making the problem worse. And this issue could go beyond PNG. As a member of the United Nations, Papua New Guinea's concerns could get international attention. The UN has been vocal about misinformation, especially when it fuels violence, like in Myanmar. They've pressured social media companies before, urging them to take responsibility. If the UN steps in here, they could push for stronger global regulations on platforms like Facebook, or offer assistance in tackling misinformation through digital literacy programs. But at the same time, the UN is also a strong defender of free speech, meaning they might caution PNG against over-regulating social media to the point where it restricts public debate. And that's the real debate. Should governments hold social media companies legally responsible for misinformation? Some say yes, arguing that platforms like Facebook should be regulated just like any other industry that affects public safety. Stronger moderation, stricter laws, and even legal action could force companies like Meta to take responsibility. Others argue that too much government control is dangerous, as it could be used to silence political opposition or limit free speech. Instead of strict regulation, they say, we need better digital literacy and smarter user-driven fact-checking. So what should Papua New Guinea do? Should the government introduce strict laws to hold Facebook accountable? Should they take extreme measures like Sri Lanka and temporarily block social media? Should they escalate this to the UN and push for international action? Or would it be better to negotiate with Meta to find a middle ground on content moderation? One thing is certain, this isn't just about social media. The decisions PNG makes now could set a precedent for how countries around the world handle misinformation in the future. What do you think? Should governments take stronger action against Facebook, or would that be overreach? And should the UN step in to regulate social media globally? Drop your thoughts in the comments.